the first leg of the semi-final for Manchester United, taking on Roma. Now, we've got history with Roma under Sir Alex Ferguson around the 2005-06 sort of range, was it, to maybe 2011, I don't know, around that sort of range. Manchester United seem to play Roma quite often, and no one remembers it more than the 7-1 victory at Old Trafford when we were losing the first leg, and I just wanted Manchester United just to get through the tie, and what a win that was. Manchester United, one of the great European nights at Old Trafford, to blast 7 past an Italian side was really something special for Manchester United. Ronaldo getting his first Champions League goal, Rooney scoring, I mean Evra, fucking Michael Carrick was fucking phenomenal that night, and it does bring back really good memories. We've got other good memories, Rooney scoring against them away in Italy and other games, and Manchester United have done well against this opposition in the past, and I hope Manchester United can continue that. Now, they've got a few decent players, but they're not the best of sides. I think they've only won something like 1 out of the last 7 games, and they're a side that likes to outscore the opposition. Now, they've got Edin Dzeko up top, who used to play for Manchester City. He was a handful when he was at Manchester City, but obviously it's not the Edin Dzeko we remember in his Man City days, not at all. But he will be their main go-to man up front. We do know about Mike Smalling in the centre of defence if he plays. I'm not too sure how often he does play there at Roma, but as I say, they like to outscore the opposition. They do seem to score a decent amount of goals, but let a lot in as well. So Manchester United have got to really put these to the sword in this first leg at Old Trafford. Now, we know when teams have come at Manchester United, often we've been able to pick them off, not relatively easy, but we've been able to get in behind and beat them with our pace, which we've sort of limbered over the line in other games where we've struggled to break teams down. But more often than not, we have broke teams down, even when they're put the low block up against Manchester United. But if these do come out a little bit, I wouldn't expect them to come out too much at Old Trafford, though, to be honest. I mean, these Italian sides never used to defend bad back in their heyday, but you look at the centre forwards and the attacking players in the Serie A now. You've got Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who's an ageing player. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, who's an ageing player. And you've got Lukaku, who wasn't having a great time at Manchester United. All 3 of them are bang goals in for fun this season. And it just shows you that the lack of defence in that league compared to what it used to be back in the days of the original Ronaldo and people like that, that it was difficult to score goals in Italy. It really was, and you've got ageing players going there and scoring goals for fun. And I fancy Manchester United's chances actually of getting through this tie. I thought we played against a harder opposition in AC Milan, but they seem to have dropped off a bit in recent times as well. But I've got to go into this game confident mood. But still in the back of my mind is all them semi-final fuck-ups that Manchester United have had in recent times. Really, really disappointed with some of these fuck-ups that we've had recently that have really cost Manchester United. I mean, the Leicester one was really bad. I mean, that Seville one last season was an absolute fucking kick in the bollocks. I mean, we should have won that game handsomely. We were them all over Seville and we couldn't score, and then they fucking went up and scored to make it 2-1. If that had been over 2 legs, would Manchester United have gone through? Because I thought we've got a much better team than Seville had, and it was real kicking the fucking nuts for me that we got knocked out of that. But we've got to start a strong lineup because this is at home, and we've got to get the win in the home game if we can, to try our best to go to Italy and get a result. Now, I would expect a pretty strong lineup. David Gea will be in goal, I reckon. The back 4 pretty much picks itself. I'd go as strong as possible. Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof and Maguire, I really would. He's probably going to go with McTominay and Fred in there. Then Bruno Fernandes in the number 10. He's probably going to go for, I'm not too sure what he's going to go for in the forward line. If he does go for them two, McTominay and Fred in there, will he go for Rashford on the right, Pogba on the left, Cavani as centre forward? I could see him doing something like that in this game. I really could. Greenwood's played most of the games recently, and I could see him maybe just bringing him out for this one if he does decide to go with Fred and McTominay in there, which I think he probably will. I I personally don't like to see that in games of football, especially at Old Trafford. I mean, fucking go out there and swat this team aside, so the second leg is a waste of time. That's what I would like to see. But we know Manchester United. We know we never normally do, more often than not, don't do things the hard way. And this could be a banana skin, and Manchester United could get knocked out of this one. So he's going to go for Fred and McTominay, and that's why I think Pogba will be on the left hand side, and Cavani's obviously going to start up top, so that's why I reckon he's going to probably put Rashford on the right hand side, even though Rashford doesn't look himself at all recently with his injury problems. I to be honest, I don't actually know why the fuck he even played against Leeds. He hadn't even bloody trained at all. I mean, you've got Ahmad, who's barely fucking featured for Manchester United. Yes, it was a derby, a big match, but we spent a lot of money on the geezer, and although there was pride at stake in that game, I just thought that with the fact that it is almost a dead rubber game, Manchester United could have utilised Ahmad a bit more in that game. But we're not going to see many rotated players. I don't think we're going to see the likes of Donny van der Beek start this game, because Manchester United have got to get through this tie, because if we don't, real questions are going to be asked of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of whether he can ever win a trophy for Manchester United. He's taken us forward in terms of the league. We've progressed there, but we've got to be looking to progress and try and challenge for a trophy. You're looking at Chelsea. They've got a big massive semi-final against Real Madrid, where if they win that, they get to a final. They've already got to the other cup final, the FA Cup final under Tuchel already. And Manchester United are yet to get to a cup final under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he's been here a while now, so he's got to step it up, win this cup, and then it will be seen as an okay season. It won't be a great season, but this is still a big European trophy for Manchester United. I mean, it's not the one Manchester United wanted to be in. We didn't want to be in the Champions. We wanted to be in the Champions League. We know that, but we weren't good enough to win the Champions League. And yes, we would have liked to have got through, but if you don't get through, winning the Europa League is a little bit of a softening blow for me, Manchester United, because it's a major European trophy. It's very difficult to win. We've seen a lot of good teams, like Tottenham, haven't been able to win it in recent years. They couldn't win it under Pochettino. Arsenal failed to win it in recent years. Liverpool failed to win it in the final against Klopp, so it's not fucking easy to win this. Chelsea have won it a few times over recent years, but it is a difficult competition to win, it really is. And so hats off to whoever goes out there and wins it. But I just thought last season we were the best team fucking left in the competition, and we fucking blew it. And we're the best team left in it this time around, and I just hope that we don't fucking balls it up again this time around. But anyway, I haven't really got too much to say on this, but I mean, as I said, with the fact that he will probably go with Pogba on the left, I would personally go with Pogba in one of the two, and put a pace, another more wider player, a Greenwood or a Dan James, out on that right hand side, and then move Rashford over to the left hand side. That's what I would personally go for, because I think if they do press Manchester United, do have a bit of a go in this game, I'm not too sure if they're going to go gung ho, because we saw with Leeds for large parts of the game, Leeds sat back against Manchester United to try and contain Manchester United, and most of the season Leeds have gone hell out to win every game and attacked a lot of games. So even against Manchester City, they were playing on the counter attack, and that even when they obviously went down to, that was when they went down to 10 men, but before that they were even trying things as well, even in them sort of games, in big games that Leeds have been doing it, and they were pretty defensive, certainly second half in that game against Manchester United. So it does remain to be seen whether these will choose to maybe set up a bit more defensive for the away game and just try and nick a goal. So it remains to be, it is a bit of a one. Solskjaer will obviously look at it and have the plan, because he's the man that's got to win this game of football. He's the one that gets paid the big bucks to make these decisions, and whether to play to get some pace in there of Dan James to try and get him behind if they do push up further forward. Because when we've seen with the likes of Man City in the past, when Man City do come in and attack Manchester United, we've seen that Manchester United have utilised pace with Dan James at times, because Manchester United, when we played Dan James before against them, we utilised that pace to quite an effect against the likes of Man City, and we were able to get in behind and beat Man City on a number of occasions under Solskjaer, because we've got a lot of pacey players in and around the Manchester United first team. But I do believe that for this game, that some of the players like Bruno Fernandes are really going to have to step up to the plate. He hasn't been his normal self recently with Rashford. not being a normal self as well. If Greenwood does get a rest in this particular game or is rotated with someone else coming in, because we've still got decent players that we can bring in. Obviously Paul Pogba will probably come back in and utilise one of the positions, and so will Cavani. So some players have got to come out of this starting lineup, and Greenwood could obviously be one of them. Then the likes of Cavani and Pogba have got to really step up, but Cavani's been in some scintillating form recently, so he could be a massive positive for Manchester United going forward in this game, and I wouldn't bet against him grabbing a goal in this game. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this game. I'm going for Manchester United winning this game 2-1. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, I really do appreciate it massively, and hit the like button as well, and subscribe. I said subscribe if you are new around here, and share the video if you're watching this on Facebook, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See you.